Hey guys, it's Legend Kage, and today I'm bringing another build video. Today we're covering a build for Arc Titan that can absolutely delete bosses and champions. I'm sure everyone already knows the strength of Curious of the Falling Star, but now here are some ways to bring out its strength even more. I bring to you the Falling Star. On the screen now there is a quick reference I made that you can pause the video, take a screenshot, whatever, and use as your reference if you want to just do a recommended set that I have here. There are no weapons required for this build, and you can use whatever you'd like and the activity needs. I do, however, want to highlight a fun, high-risk burst option that can instantly delete champions, even on Grandmaster. It is, like I said, very high risk with some high reward, and is using a lasting impression rocket and then thunder crashing straight into it, timing it so the explosion goes off right as you jump out of range. Sure, it's kind of niche, but it's fun to do. Now for armor, the primary exotic is of course going to be Curious of the Falling Star, but I'm going to cover some alternate options for when your super is not up and if you'd like to quick swap or just want more neutral exotics in general. Starting off with Curious of the Falling Star, greatly increases your Thundercrash impact damage and gain an overshield that lasts longer the farther you travel before striking a target. This does over double the base damage of Thundercrash and is insane. And the overshield makes it so that Thundercrash is actually worth it in content such as GMs. Next up is an insurmountable Skull Fort. It's hard to say. Transfusion Matrix kills with arc melee abilities trigger health regeneration and restore melee energy. This was the bread and butter exotic for Thundercrash Titan before Curious, and that's just because you can continually Goomba stomp enemies with your melee, and it is really fun to do. This also helps build your super really quick because Ballistic Slam actually grants super energy. Lastly, Doom Marchers, another fun exotic. Linear Actuators increases sprint speed. Sprinting builds up a static charge. After melee attacking an enemy, that charge will chain to nearby enemies. This is just another fun one to watch that lightning chain and just delete red bars. Definitely better in lower end content, but you would probably just be sticking with Curious for things like Master and GMs because your loadout's getting locked anyways. Now for the mods, I'm going to pretty much be cutting pasting from my Chaos Reach build earlier, and that focuses on super generation, and this time there's going to be optional focus on protection. For this, I would recommend you having 1 arc, 2 solar, and 2 void pieces of armor. I would recommend an arc helm to take advantage of hands-on, and a solar class item to take advantage of bomber. They are not required, of course. I'm going to now briefly go over mods. If you want more detail, I'm going to link the mod playlist where I go more in detail on every mod in the top right hand corner. First up is Overload Wellmaker. Defeating a combatant with a finisher spawns 2 arc elemental wells. And to take advantage of those 2 wells we're making, we're going to pair it with Elemental Charge. I will note that if you pick them up too rapidly, it will only count 1 of the 2 wells. So you want to kind of space them out if you can, or just finish more enemies to get up. Now with all that charged with light, we want supercharged here so that we can actually take advantage of all those stacks we're getting, where we can now have 2 additional stacks of charge with light up to a maximum of 5, and to get up to that maximum of 5, we are going to be using charged up, which allows for 1 more additional charge with light. That means you need to finish at least 2 enemies, but collecting 3 arc wells will get you immediately up to ×5. And now to use all those stacks of charge with light, we are going to be using Energy Converter. At ×5, we are going to be gaining pretty much 50% super energy just from throwing our grenade. And that drastically reduces your cooldown on your super and allows us to delete more enemies. And then if you'd like to have more survivability, you can replace the charged up with Protective Light to greatly increase your resistance once your shields are broken, consuming all the stacks of charge with light, and it lasts for 20 seconds when you're at ×4 charge with light. This does reduce your super gain from like 50% to 25%, but alive DPS is better than dead DPS. Now with that mod set, you're going to want to finish the first couple enemies you see. All it requires is 2 enemies, and it can just be random red bars right as you spawn into a strike or GM. Pick up those wells, get the time slime charged with light, and then just chuck your grenade. It doesn't matter if you hit anything or not. And then if you're using protective light, just go ahead and finish some more to get the charge with light up for protective light. And then the rest is playing like normal. Ballistic Slam can be used pretty aggressively because it will reload your current weapon and give you a 20% damage boost thanks to Inertia Override. The other tip I want to mention is canceling your Ballistic Slam into Thundercrash to gain an insane amount of momentum and cover long distances. This is useful if you got a champion way in the back you're trying to delete, and just as another movement option too. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I also just want to say we have hit 200 subscribers, and while it might not be much, I enjoy that people are enjoying my guides. I will keep these coming, and I also plan on doing some general mod sets that can be fitted onto any class for some basic things such as add clear with Warmind cells and just pure survivability. Be sure to keep an eye out for those, and go ahead and comment down below if there's any exotics you want to see me make a build for, or if there's any subclass you'd like to see a build for. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.